So, as you know, unless you've been living under a torrent's ass, Classic WoW is once again re-releasing for the second time, making it Classic Classic, with new progressive anniversary servers for both Classic Era and Hardcore, so you can expect a PvE server and a PvP server for the normal Classic eras. And if you missed the original 2019 launch of Classic, this is your chance to be there from the start. So today I'm going to give you some tips regarding settings and add-ons if you intend to play WoW Hardcore or just Classic in general, as I know a lot of you are interested in testing your grit once more. But hey, these add-ons are equally as useful in any Classic experience, and I'll preface by saying that these are add-ons that I personally use, but if you want more or less add-ons on your screen, that's completely up to you. Also, they're not putting any specific order, so here we go. So, starting off with Bagnon. For me, this is almost a must-have quality of life add-on that makes all your bags combine into one big inventory instead of splitting them up in separate windows. This add-on allows quicker usage of your bag, whether it's for destroying items in a rush or any other situation you find yourself in, as inventory space and finding bags in Classic is generally quite limiting. Now, second up on this list is WeaponSwingTimer. This add-on gives you an active bar on your screen counting down the time in between your auto attacks and the enemies, making you able to joust enemies if you happen to play a warrior or any other melee reliant class. This will help you master jousting and take the least amount of damage while also dishing out more of it. If you're planning to PvP, this method is essential in one-on-one duels. And number 3 on this list is What's Training. In Classic WoW, as you may know, you have to train your abilities at your specific class trainer, and normally you would only know what's coming next for you by visiting your trainer. This add-on provides you with an extra tab in your spellbook telling you which spells become available at which level, and what cost of each ability is, and you can also check how much it would cost to train all of them. This is a very good quality of life change, as it makes you not having to run back and forth between your trainer every single level. Now, next on the list is the Threatmeter. Now, threat is a huge component of the entirety of Classic WoW, making this sort of add-on almost mandatory. When going into dungeons and raids and any form of group content, this will help you manage you and your party members' threat, making sure that no one is doing too much damage and overtakes the tank, cause that will unfortunately end up with you sending yourself back to Elwyn Forest or Durotar if you're playing Hardcore WoW. Add-on number 5 on this list is Atlasloot. Now, there's not much to say here. This add-on simply makes you able to check gear in specific dungeons and raids to make it easier for you to know where to obtain certain items for your class. Next up is probably and arguably the most used add-on in WoW in general. It's Deadly Boss Mods, or DBM for short. Alternatively, you can use Bigwigs. This add-on provides you with general information on boss encounters like time until casts, stuns, when to run out, and dispels, and much more. Almost everything that you need to know about an encounter, DBM will provide you with, but make sure you also use your own skills and eyes. And next to follow that one is also one of the most used add-ons, if not the most used add-on in WoW. You guessed it, it's Details Damage Meter. Not much to be said here. This add-on helps you track your DPS and the group's general DPS, but also comes with a healing meter, interrupt counter, etc. and lots of more utility, so you know who to yell at for underperforming in your groups. Now for an add-on that I would recommend specifically for anyone who is going to play hardcore, RestedXP Guides. Now this add-on is a little bit controversial because it offers a free version for either surviving or speedrunning up to level 20 in Classic Era. It provides you with excellent tips and tricks if you're just starting out, tells you good weapons to buy from vendors that will make questing infinitely easier, makes you avoid quests that may have ended up killing you originally. But to get the full guide up to level 60, it will cost you money, unless you just happen to get a link to the files elsewhere. But hey, I mean, they are breaking the TOS by setting a price on this add-on to begin with, so I personally don't really care how you go about it. But it is a great tool for any beginner and even veterans who just want to be reminded. Now, the next add-on on my list is Plater. Now, I use Plater because I use it in retail WoW, so my eyes are kinda used to looking at these nameplates, so it's just personal preference. Now, this just swaps out the classic nameplates with a more modern type, allowing you to see the enemy's casts, etc., making it especially useful. Now, if you don't like the aesthetics of Plater, You can also just download classic cast bars, which is an add-on that will keep your default nameplates but add a cast bar for quality of life. I am pretty sure there's also an interface feature you can look for that has display cast bars on enemies, but I'm not too sure about that. Now I'm down to my 2 favorite quality of life add-ons that I mainly use and recommend for classic WoW. First up, we got Questie. This add-on helps even the most illiterate dumbass complete quests in classic WoW, because back in the day, you had to either thoughtbot your way through quests you couldn't figure out or beg your older brother or something to solve them for you. But with Questie, you essentially got the quests mapped out for you, making the questing experience about 100% faster. And now we're coming down to my biggest Giga Chad WoW classic add-on known as Leatrix Plus. Now this add-on essentially comes with so many notable features that it's gonna be hard to name them all, but here are some things that this add-on can do. It can auto-sell junk, auto-accept and turn in quests, make your frames movable, reveal your map, auto-repair, auto-accept summons, block duels and party invites, show cooldowns, show your bag slots, show the sell price on your items in your bag. As said, there is so much this add-on can do that you're better off checking all the options on your own once you've downloaded it. Alright, and here comes a little bit of an honorable mention add-on for you hardcore players out there, Deathlog. This add-on tracks people dying above level 10, so you can have either a laugh or a cry once you see your friend's name pop up in the add-on, given that they also have the add-on installed. But now I'm gonna move on to some quality of life settings in your options tab that you might be interested in as you start your new journey or if you're doing it again for the 100th time. So first, hit escape, go to options and go to action bars and activate accordingly. Activate any action bar that you feel like you need. And secondly, head over to the interface tab and change NPC names to all NPCs. And now while you're in the interface tab, you can scroll down till you find status text and change this to whichever you prefer. And that's about it for me and what I personally recommend and use in classic WoW. If you found any of the information useful, don't hesitate to give a like and maybe even a subscribe for future content and guide as we journey through classic WoW once again. I will also be streaming my hardcore journey on Twitch, so I hope to see you there as well. And hey, if there's any add-ons that you use and recommend that I didn't mention here, feel free to comment down below. And as always, I've been Vermillions and I'll see you next time.